Alrighty. Alrighty. We are officially live. I think. Yeah, okay, we're good. No, super excited for this call today. Again, my name is Chandler. I work here in the office. I'm usually the one tucked away in the office, but today I get to introduce everybody and do the numbers. So super excited for that. So we have a really special call for you guys today. As you know, Steven is traveling to Detroit. Actually, he's on an airplane literally as we speak. So he'll be in Detroit tonight. So also too, if you have any agents there in Detroit, we put all of the information for where he's going to be tonight in our Discord server. So definitely check that out. So you can go see Steven there today in Detroit. But Steven lined up a really special guest for us today, Mr. Burbage himself, to come on, and he's going to talk with us and our team about really how to work together as a team, as a unit, and why that's so important. But really quickly first, and we're gonna do the numbers really fast. I'm gonna get through this as quick as I can so that I can give all the time that Mr. Burbage needs himself. But we're gonna do some quick numbers as we usually do. So we'll look at our weekly submitted. So all producers over 1,000 for just last week. So starting off with, we have Rogers and Kim, we have Carlos, Kevin, Khalif, Matt, Ricky, Irma, Jeanette, Jeff, Ryan, and then now getting into the 2,000 and above, we have Emma, Barrett, Gwen, Tanika, we have Mark Hutch himself, we have Mr. Guerra, Marissa, and then now getting to 3,000, we have Anthony here directing our base shop. I know he's been getting a lot of his annuities and IULs going this year for him, so super excited to see him coming through. And Sharon Johnson, super excited. Three policies for $3,177.84. Sharon started with us last week, and within 72 hours, she already started off with three policies, and she's writing another one today. So super excited about her. Really proud of you, Sharon. We have Cleo, David, and then now getting to the 4,000. So we have Adina, Mimi Romero, David, Janet. Now into 5,000, we have Tom. And then with 6,000, still don't understand how he does it. But even with Steven traveling, as much as he does, he still is able to put in five policies for $6,039.36. Now Mr. Jeremico with $7,211 over 10 apps. That's awesome. And then we have Mercedes topping things off with 8,400 even over two policies. So now let's look at our top five for the week. We have David Helgeson at number 5 with $9,062.40 over 7 applications last week. We have Andre with $12,540.24 over 7 applications last week. Raymond with 25,000. Look at that jump. Holy cow. From 12 to 25. All right. $25,392 in one application. And then we have Nick Greco with $30,702 with one application. And you can see the jumps here, right? So these are obviously, annuities and IUL. So all three of these guys killing it with the annuities. And then Mr. Burge himself, and I know this is one of many because I know he has a lot coming through, but Adam Burge, $61,800 over one application. So Mr. Burge, I'll be sure to send you a Venmo request because I know you have it. So I'm going to be sure to request that here in a little bit. Alrighty, top 5 weekly paychecks. Number 5, Mimi Romero getting $2,841.40 deposited in her account last week. Seth and Adina Decker, number 4 with $2,998.69 last week. David Ferguson with $3,572.83. Adam Burge, it only makes sense. $4,445.73 deposited last week. And number 1, Mr. Mike Guerra, $10,573.02 deposited last week. Man, 10 grand in a week for a paycheck. That's a great way to end the week for sure. So now we'll look at our recruiting for last week. So starting off with the PLE enrollments, we had 3 here at the base shop, and then Ricky had 1. Again, we don't really get good data on that. So if you're getting people enrolled, please let us know prior to the Monday message. That way we can actually, show those numbers. So you can submit them with your, weekly numbers when you submit those to us. So please continue to do that. Completed fast tracks last week. Ricky, Adam, Irma, and Brandy all tied with 1. Then the base shop here ourselves with 4 completed fast tracks. And then contracts last week, Glenn had 1, and then the base shop leading the way again with 5 last week alone in contracts. So those are our weekly numbers. Again, guys, what a great week. What a great week that we had. I know this week's going to look even crazier. I've already seen some of the numbers coming through so far. So excited for this week. But I'm gonna stop talking because I know you don't really want to hear from me. So Mr. Burbage, we would love to have you come on. Super excited, to hear from you, man. I'm gonna add you here, the spotlight, so they can see you and they don't have to see me. Um, no, super excited to have you guys on. I know you have Oscar on as well, so really excited just to hand things over and let you guys take free reign because I know you guys have been crushing it this year. We had one of your agents on last week and did an interview with Steven, and that was awesome. So I'm super excited to hear you guys for sure. So I'm gonna turn things over to you and just let you guys go at it.
Cool. Thanks, Chandler. Man, you guys are on fire, and let me close this. You're as always your guy, Mr. Davies, out there leading the way, still producing, selling, recruiting, traveling, and it just this is an honor myself. You guys don't definitely not going to talk about selling on here. You guys have all the best. You got Davies, Hutch, Nick, Gara, Panda, you name it, Jeremico, you guys have it. So we're definitely not going to do any of that. What I did want to chat about, and I'm also talking to myself, is um, one thing we've been trying to do lately, and it's been working in our group, is staying in line with Andy Riddle. Um, you guys met Josh last week. I, I'm sure that conversation went great. From what I know, he was fired up when he got off. Um, but he's come on strong. Josh and I actually met, I think, a little bit over 2 years ago. He wasn't ready then, but I liked him, so I stayed in touch with him. And so when he came back this time, he was ready. So I was like, "Hey, let's go. Let's not waste any time. Let's put it down and go." Locked in his first month. Last month, did about 32,000, and he's looking to trend there again. And I think a lot of that is daily communication. Like we speak uh, at least 10, 15 times a day. Same with Oscar on here. Um, but I wanted to bring Oscar on because um, Oscar got started um, in August of last year. So he came to family reunion. He got his license about a week before that. Came to family reunion and has been on an uptrend since then. Um, Not a perfect trend, of course, but an uptrend. And a lot of that is because he's willing to change fast when he goes off. Um, so I want to let him chat for a few minutes, kind of on um, why he does that, why he's so willing to change fast. And Oscar, you could talk, you can mention some of like, hey, where you kind of went off like this and course corrected, and what our communications like and what that does for you, um, and just following the system, where that's got you, where you are, what you're doing, and your stuff like that. So.
Well, I want to say hello to everybody. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Oscar, and I'm in the South Florida area. Definitely, like Gary just mentioned, communication is key for me. I communicate with my upline every day. After I went to the first conference, uh, things kind of started to click for me because I got to understand better how to help customers and how to help the clients. So when things kind of go left and go off and don't work for me, the first thing that I do is that I call my upline Gary, and I try to stick to the system that the alliance has in place when it comes down to the dials, when it comes down to setting up the appointments. I'm a big fan of door knocking. Gary knows I prefer door knocking way better than having to dial and schedule appointments. But ever since I started doing the alliance system, just like Gary asked me to do, that's worked out for me. And communication has communication is just key when you communicate with your upline, just because it's gonna help with your self-esteem. It's gonna help to realize kind of what it is that you are doing wrong. It just helps with so many things that I definitely recommend for you to communicate with your upline because it helps so much.
Yeah. And why do you, for you though, why do you think you're so willing to change fast? Is that just what you do? Is it because because time has been put into you? Is it because like what what makes you, because a lot of people don't change fast. A lot of people they'll let their pride get in the way and they'll be like, no, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure it out. And then they get too far. So what do you
Well,
like, why are you able to, or is it something in your past? Is it something that's happened between us? Is it
well, I done sales for the last 9.5 years, for the last 10 years in corporate America, right? So it's different. This is different because you are running your own business, but I have realized that sales is a numbers game, and the alliance system is so perfect that every time, and I don't think I ever shared this with Jerry, and I don't share all the facts because it's embarrassing. But every time I do something that it goes off of the script, meaning like it goes off of the alliance system, and I want to figure it out myself, I guess I don't have the luxury of the money, and I don't have the money and the time. I just lose so much money and so much time trying to figure it out myself, trying to do it myself my way. Then I just have to go back running to the alliance system, and I just go back running, and I just call Jerry. Hey Jerry, what am I doing wrong here? And Jerry just go back and tell me, well, have you dialed? Have you try and correct this? So I'm just kind of getting spanked every time I go off the rails. So I have to go back and fix it real quick.
gotcha? Cool, cool. Um, yeah, yeah. I know we've had many conversations, spent some time together down in Miami, and worked on some things when I came down there. And that's kind of what I wanted to touch on too. And it's, excuse me, it's for myself as well, because I haven't always been the best at staying on that line with Andy Riddle and Andy Albright, because I mean change can be tough. It's uncomfortable, but I think one way or another, um, that's what we all came here for is to be different, a different lifestyle, a change. So it's going to take doing something different than everything we've done or learned in the past. Um, so, and I think Oscar, that's what I was saying. You've done a good job at. Um, you're not perfect. You're not human. Everybody does it. They get a little ego, but you've done a good job at correcting yourself before it got so bad that you couldn't, before it takes you out. Um, so, well, cool. Well, thanks. So I'm just gonna assume that a lot of us on here, because I saw a lot of those names, I recognize them. Or excuse me, Mercedes, Jeremico, Greco, Batman, Hutch, everybody. Partner is something we kind of want to do one day. Those guys have showed us the way. We now know how to do it. We weren't sure before, or at least I wasn't. Now, after these six guys have went, we now know the way. Um, and so I always seek I'm always trying to get as much coaching as I can from Andy on the things that I don't know. Um, like, when they change something, I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, we were just getting good at this and killing it. Now we're adding this. Um, but it's always for our growth, and for the better. Um, so I try to stay in line as much as I can. I'm human. I'm hard-headed. I think I know it all sometimes, and I don't. Um, what I have found though, um, and it's a lot of stuff for me over the last, I don't know, 9, 12 months has really started clicking, which has helped me help a lot of our teams start to grow. And it's everything, at least for me. Um, keep it very this is a simple business. Following these little steps is going to get you to what I call like the first level. And then when you really want to take off, you got to get into this one, um, into the instructions of both books. If we can get more people mastering this, then we will grow exponentially. Um, I don't know if you guys see everything that's final expense. It's just going crazy. Um, uh, one thing, associate like at all costs. Like if you, I think you got to know what you want, where you're trying to go, or it makes those things harder. I don't know that you need this hard driven down like purpose. But you do have to have something you're fighting for and going after other than just a dollar bill, or you won't do it. Oscar's one of the hardest working guys I've seen. And I think a lot of that comes from his culture. Like he literally works 7 days a week. Like he'll ask me on certain days, "Hey boss, can I go home today?" And I'm like, "Yes, man, go go." But it's because it where he's from, from being from Cuba and being here, he sees the opportunity he has here, and he refuses to let it get away. Because sees what happens if he's back in corporate or where he could be. Um, so stay. Excuse me, lunch didn't go down well. Um, another big thing I think uh, we do well to each other on our team is we edify each other extremely well, back and forth. Up and down lines. Um, when you're introducing your uplines, make sure you know what they're good at, and edify them on those things, and they will in turn do the favor, build a relationship so that that's possible. Um, like I said, travel, get to the events. Don't go to just where it's convenient. I feel like right now on the events page, it's just Davies, 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 Davies. Like he's going somewhere all the time. Um, is he go? How are you building your business more than he's building your business? You know, um, is he traveling to build your business more than you're traveling to build your business? That's something I'm trying to get better at. I'm trying to make sure Andy Riddle is not traveling building my business more than I am. Because if he is, it's his business, not our business. Um, I don't know how much time we had, Chandler. How long you want us to go? Um, I'd set up
Oh,
for
what?
like 30
Yeah,
minutes,
what?
and then
Yeah, whatever works for you, man. You
I
keep
didn't
going
know if we
until you
want to
want
do
to.
like question and answers, Q&As, um, and go from there.
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, right now, I mean, everything you're saying is great. I mean, I don't see any questions just yet. I think everything you guys have made it pretty clear for all of us to hear. So, I mean, you guys have made it really easy for us. yeah, I don't see any questions just yet, but yeah, I mean, if there's any other points you guys have or anything else you wanna feel free to share with us. That would be great.
I mean, the I guess if we're talking about building and recruiting, um, know that know that most of the people you hire are going to they're not going to be self-starters and just, hey, I got it, I'm gone. Um, about 85 to 90% of the people you hire through it with them. Um, and it's not forever. Um, you know, they're more on how to move her to get people to do the same thing, and so on and so forth. Um, so just know when you're talking to people that very few of them are going to be the people that just take off and go by themselves. They just point me in the right direction, I'm gone. Um, that was something I need because I didn't I didn't necessarily like take off fast because I was I still had a job when I started, but I didn't rely on a lot of hand holding either. And when I decided to quit my job, then I was off. So I didn't. That was something I had to learn myself because I didn't understand like, hey, this opportunity is crazy. Why won't people just do it? Um, and so um, that was big for me. That's been a big change in our business is uh, learning that some of those people you just got to do it, and it's a short period of time when you look at the whole lifespan of your life um, to get you know to get what you want in the future. So, um, Oscar, you got anything that's really hit you maybe in like the last 60 days? Um, some of the things we talked. So when you I'll say this. Um, so anytime you start getting a big producer, when you're ramping that up, right behind it comes that ugly word we don't like, chargebacks. Um, so when a person goes into that part of the business, you got to be there for them and walk them through that and get them out of it quickly. Um, and that's what we had to do. Oscar went from his first month was 5,800, 88 or 5,900, his second, then 88, then 20, 22, 28, 29. And as he grew, those chargebacks, they started coming right behind it. But because of our connection and relationship, constant communication along the way, we were able to fix it fast. It didn't take us months. It didn't take him out. We were able to get it right back under control all in the same time and figure out exactly what he was doing to cause that to get that number back down. Um, so I don't know if you want to not necessarily hit on the chargebacks themselves, Oscar, but just kind of that process, how that helped you, that not just me but Riddle as well. We were in your back in your corner, and coached you back through that, getting yourself back on course with that as well.
Yeah, when it comes down to just chargebacks, I believe it could be um one of the toughest parts of the business along when you are out on the field and things are not going your way and you're getting no shows and you're missing on opportunities when you're sitting down with a family and you know they need the help and you can help them. Uh, so those three things, chargebacks and just the mindset that you have when things are not going your way, just being able to stay strong and definitely goes back to mindset and communication with your upline. I know it sounds a little confusing because but both things go together because just the communication with your upline and your upline being able to just text you back and tell you, hey, you got to keep going. You got to keep going on to the next one. So those little things can help. And if I can give any advice, will be communicate with your upline at all times. Definitely Andy Riddle and other people have help, but in my case, I have been fortunate to have Jerry uh, just backing me up and to help me stay strong because as humans we have that thing of doubt sometimes and just things just won't go your way, but continue to communicate, continue to fight, and just stay strong.
So cool, good deal. And last thing I'll mention about this, and I think we're done. And I know Gara has done some really good teaching on building with, building with to build through and all that. Um, Oscar is 1, 2, 3. Oscar is 1, 2, 4 deep, and everybody in there has quit. Um, so make sure you are you're getting through people quickly to find your guy that's willing to go to war and get in the game with you um, and fight this thing. So that's all I got, Chandler.
There you go. I'm trying to get my camera to come on. Wasn't working. Awesome, man. No, thank you guys so much for hopping on the call with us today. We really, 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 really appreciate it. It is so important, working as a team together. That was definitely one of our big goals that we wanted this year for us and our downline and agency managers underneath Steven too. We all wanted to really have that cohesive push, right? Because that's so important. If you're all trying to work and do your own thing and oh, we do this way, but then we do it this way, it butt heads and it's hard to grow together. So
Absolutely.
what you're preaching today is perfect because it's very timely for a lot of the things that we've been trying to put together this year. So thank you guys so much for your time. I know your time is very valuable, so I don't want to take up too much more. But yeah, thank you both to you and Oscar. We really really appreciate it. And if there's anything we can ever do for you guys, anything we can do to help, just definitely feel free to let us know. But
Absolutely.
absolutely, man. Well, that's it for the Monday message today. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. We'll be back again, next Monday, and be sure to look out for Discord because I know Steven is going to be dropping some sales tips here shortly. So, no, super excited to get the week started, and we'll catch you guys next Monday. All right, see you.